Well, it news that to me, and seems like everyone else, or at least those that did not pay attention, the rights to the Lord of the Rings films and games are up for sale. According to Variety, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit film and gaming rights are up for sale. Hollywood is about to stampede in the Middle Earth. An array of a movie, merchandising, gaming, and live events rights to Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and other titles from the author J.R.R. Tolkien are coming up for auction now. Since Co. has decided to sell its Tolkien handling. Co. has hired ACF Investment Bank to handle the sale process, which is unfolding this week, and bankers make the rounds of logical Hollywood buyers. Tolkien properties are projected to fetch at least $2 billion, based on recent high valuation for top-tier IPs and content producers. Representatives for Co. and ACF declined to comment. The timing of the sale process is not accidental. Amazon is set to premiere its long-awaited, mega-budgeted TV series rendition of the enduring Lord of the Rings saga. Y'all like how I completely ignored that Z word? Anyway, apparently after that Shadow of War game, WB did nothing. Not even anything film related. All this raises the question, who is likely to buy it and who would you like to own it? I heard some say Microsoft, but until they get the Activision Blizzard thing smoothed over in 2023, they can't acquire anything, I think. Electronic Arts honestly did darn well with the IP, made lots of classics. That one Final Fantasy X type RPG they made comes to mind. And it may help to get some Lord of the Rings IPs out of their licensing nightmares. Looking at you, Lord of the Rings Conquest. However, this, in my opinion, would be a perfect fit for Sony Pictures and Sony Gaming. At their best, they could make some bangers with the series, though they can't bid like other monsters like Amazon. They might want to complete the rest of that pie and up their gaming segment. And of course, you got Disney wants to get their hands on another Infinity Stone. Aside from Monopoly talks, why not? Now, my personal ranking for who I would like to acquire it. Number 1, Sony. I see the most potential there. Number 2 is Microsoft. If they can simply acquire the gaming part, I guess, because I don't think they make movies. Number 3, EA. They aren't the company they used to be, but they have shown the ability to make solid single-player and multiplayer games. And even Disney. It could be pretty bad, but it also could be pretty good. I don't know, what can I say? Last would absolutely be Amazon, because that Lord of the Rings show, from what I've seen, looks awful. Moving on, in some interesting news, Jak and Daxter may be getting a movie. It has been an interesting process of Tom Holland jokingly saying he wanted to voice Jak in a movie, then publications bring it up as a hint. Everyone says chill is just a joke, then we hear this. Sony is eyeing another one of its iconic video game franchises for a TV or movie adaptation. Jak and Daxter Uncharted director Ruben Fletcher confirmed that he currently is working with PlayStation on an adaptation of the platformer. I'm actually working on Jak and Daxter, a version of that for PlayStation, which I think would be really cool to bring to life, Fletcher told Digital Trends in an interview promoting Uncharted, and just by coincidence, somebody forwarded me where Tom Holland asked if he could make any video game movie. Which would it be? Fletcher says he said Jak and Daxter. And so, when I saw him earlier this week on tour, I said, you know, Tom, someone told me you want to be in that movie. I'm actually trying to make it, so there's a possibility that we could partner again on that one, which I would be really excited about. Fletcher also touched on the history with Jak and Daxter series, and surprising 2 films that inspired the upcoming project. My heyday as a gamer and playing PlayStation was really the first console, Fletcher says. I can't say that I evolved with all titles, so I'm a little bit stuck in the past, Jak and Daxter, was always a game that I loved. Similar to Uncharted, what makes Jak and Daxter so special is the buddy relationship at the center of it. He adds, they are a team and they help each other out. They make sacrifices for one another. And that is, I think, the key to a great comedy. It's a little funny to hear, but the two films that kind of inspired the film adaptation of Jak and Daxter are Midnight Run and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The director also says that they have hired writers who are in the process of writing a script, and that he's partnered with Naughty Dog and PlayStation in the development and the Jak and Daxter movie. There's no official word from Sony or game creators on Jak Daxter movie, but it's fair to say watch this space. At the end of this video I will link a video talking about a possible Ratchet and Clank movie, and it was in a presentation where they just go over their plans for all the games they want to make into movies. So this right here is absolutely no surprise. You know, I kinda doubt there was a lot of coincidence. I feel like they both thought to themselves pretty early, hey, let's make a Jak movie. And I can't say how much ahead they are with this, but to me it sounds like it's a step below being confirmed. Personally, I'm happy games from this era are getting something, even if it's not a video game, because it keeps the IP alive with a bright future. Jak games are solid, but I'm not really close to the games, so I don't really care if there are casting changes, especially with this likely being more like a reboot story, live action or animated. I don't really care. Either one, as long as there is solid effort and heart. That's what matters the most. By the way, something I like to do once these things get hinted or talked about is check fan feedback, like on Reddit. What I saw was a title that said, how many Tom Holland posts is it going to take for the copium to wear off and realize the movies are not being made? And like 2 hours later, right above it, Uncharted director is working on Jak and Daxter adaptation. I got a good laugh out of that L. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Tell me in the comments, would you like Tom Holland to play Crash Bandicoot and complete the circle? Now, remember to like, sub, and hit the bell. Later.